University of Lagos Muslim Alumni Ummah was founded in 1985 with the aim of promoting a fellowship of individuals who share a common religious interest and developing a sound Islamic heritage by coordinating activities and services which contribute to the academic scholarship, entrepreneurship, best Islamic practices and physical growth of the University of Lagos. The University of Lagos Muslim Alumni marks the silver jubilee of its annual Pre-Ramadan lecture. The lecture focuses on issues of importance to social-religious development of the society and the Muslim Ummah in particular. The lectures also offer participants free health care check by Islamic Medical Association of Nigeria (IMAN) as a way of preparing for Ramadan. In similar light, the 5th Pre-Ramadan lecture, which was held at the JF Adi Ajayi Auditorium in the University of Lagos, took similar turn. The program started with a free eye screening organized by the Islamic Medical Association of Nigeria. Participants came out in hundreds to get a free eye consultation. The Dr. Agbola, an ophthalmologist at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH, spoke to the audience on cataract and glaucoma with special counsel to adults and the importance of taking eye screening serious.
Glaucoma ní side of the wa yìí ó ní oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ glaucoma yẹn ní oríṣiríṣi. We have several types, but èyí tó common sí àwọn àtàwà ní tajẹ́ Africans is what we call primary open angle glaucoma, and this type of glaucoma kò kí ń fi àpẹẹrẹ hàn tó bá kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó tó di pé èèyàn máa mọ̀ pé ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
As participants finished with their eye screening, they proceeded into the hall for the Ramadan lecture tagged Managing Diversity with the Muslims. The event saw a large turnout of high dignitaries. The program commenced with opening prayers by the Chief Imam of Lagos State, Sheikh Sulaiman Oluwatonyi Abu Nohala.
As we gather here today, we seek for Allah's mercy. We seek for His blessing. We seek for His guidance. Equally, we seek for His grammar. We pray that today, as we gather, that we have a beneficial knowledge in the name of Allah. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا يَا مَوْلَانَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ رَبَّنَا أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا صَبْرًا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة إلا قضيتها يا أرحم الراحمين. الفاتحة.
This was followed with the rendition of the national anthem, closely followed with the recitation of the glorious Quran, which was read by Malam Babs Lawal, while Malam Ibrahim Abdusalam read the translation in English.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولو شاء ربك لجعل الناس أمة واحدة ولا يزالون مختلفين إلا من رحم ربك ولذلك خلقهم وتمت كلمة ربك لأملأن جهنم من الجنة والناس أجمعين وكلا نقص عليك من أنباء الرسل ما نثبت به فؤادك وجاءك في هذه الحق وموعظة وذكرى للمؤمنين وقل للذين لا يؤمنون المؤمنون اعملوا على مكانتكم إنا عاملون وانتظروا إنا منتظرون ولله غيب السماوات والأرض وإليه يرجع الأمر كله فاعبده وتوكل عليه وما ربك بغافل عما تعملون صدق الله العظيم.
I seek refuge with Allah from the accursed shaitan. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. And if your Lord has willed, it could have made mankind one community, but they will not cease to differ, except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for that he created them. But the word of your Lord is to be fulfilled, that I will surely fill hell with the jinn and men all together. And each story we relate to you from the news of the messengers is that by which you make firm your heart. And there has come to you in this the truth and an instruction and a reminder for the believers. And say to those who do not believe, work according to your position. Indeed, we are working. And wait, for indeed, we are waiting. And to Allah belong the unseen of the heavens and the earth. And to Him will be returned the matter, all of it. So worship Him and rely upon Him. And your Lord is not unaware of that which you do. Sadaqallahu al-Azim.
The welcome address was given by the University of Lagos Muslim Alumni President Alhaji Shoaib Afolabi Salisu. He spoke on the history of the Ummah annual Pre-Ramadan lecture and the reason for the theme of the lecture, managing diversity without the Muslim.
All praise is due to Allah, creator, nourisher, and sustainer of the world. I highly welcome you all to this occasion of the 25th edition of University of Lagos Muslim Alumni Pre-Ramadan lecture. Started 25 years ago and held on the last Sunday preceding the commencement of Ramadan fast. Ummah Pre-Ramadan lecture has become a permanent feature of the Muslim annual calendar, particularly in this part of the country. Every year, the focus is on an issue that's of national importance. This year's edition, the Silver Jubilee edition, is not any different. Indeed, the issue under focus this year is not just of national importance, it is of global interest, diversity. Hence the theme, managing diversity without the Muslims. As I was writing this piece, there were two unpleasant developments in two states in different parts of the country that resulted in loss of lives and forced the two state governments to impose curfew. The incidents were inspired by mismanaged diversity. Our ivory towers are not spared of the rising level of intolerance. One of the foremost universities, and a not too far neighbor, located in a town where religious harmony used to be taken for granted, is embroiled in a needless crisis over the use of hijab by Muslim children in his secondary schools. I believe the matter is in court. Whatever the outcome, the interfaith relations in that institution has received a blow, and any claim to diversity will be suspect. This trend indicates that while man has recorded tremendous progress in science and technology and expanded the frontiers of knowledge, it seems that the more progress man makes in technology, the more mankind diminishes in humanity.
And the chairman's opening remarks made by His Excellency Alhaji Isaac Boyega Oyetola, the Executive Governor of Osun State, he spoke on the issue of managing diversity as a subject of spiritual importance in which every Muslim must strive to attain, as hate and extremism must be chased out of the country.
Today's topic, managing diversity without the Muslim, is a subject of grave spiritual importance and one that demands intellectual rigor and a deep understanding of tolerance in the face of diversity and differences. In light of recent violent killings at places where God is worshipped, from the synagogue in Pittsburgh, America, to the mosque in Christchurch, New Zealand, to the churches and hotels of Sri Lanka, intolerance and ignorance are a twin disease that could wipe out the real essence of humanity in us if we do not take heed of the words of Allah, our Creator. Allah's dominion over plurality of the world and diversity in creation is the first substance truth we learn in the Quran and in Surah Hujurat. Allah said explicitly, "O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes, that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and acquainted." Allah has created multitudes where each individual creature or phenomenon is unique in and of itself. It is this same diversity we mean when we say Nigeria is a multi-ethnic nation. The heart is populated by a beautifully diverse array of disciplines and human endeavors, including law, medicine, nursing, engineering, political science, sociology, and a host of others that see the world from a different perspective. This is what university education taught us, to fit into the world which Allah has created with inherent diversity. Unfortunately, we engage in the negativity of intolerance in diversity. Hence, we have xenophobia, ethnic and religious chauvinism, which is often wrapped around religion to justify this evil and on Islamic positions. We all know that negative theological impulses emphasize mostly on what you can't do or shouldn't do, rather than what we should love to do for Allah and for your fellow human beings, for a mutually beneficial coexistence. These negative and exclusive impulses are not inherent to Islamic traditions, as some scholars with a narrow perspective of the world would rather make us believe. Hate and extremism, therefore, is not intrinsic to Islam and was never part of our spiritual DNA.
The very eloquent, vibrant, and articulate Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, who is also the President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, NSCIA, gave the keynote address. He thanked the organizers for picking such relevant issue at this particular time in the country. He preached that diversity is nature, and nature is sustained through diversity.
And we want to thank you too for picking this particular topic at this time in the history of our country. And we've all been following stories, news items, and things like that of what's been happening across the world. But we are more concerned here with Nigeria, because if there is no Nigeria, there won't be anybody anywhere in the world to say Nigeria. So we are concerned with Nigeria here first. But we're also concerned with what happened to other members of humanity, whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims. That's what Islam demands of us. So perhaps the topic is very apt. It couldn't have come at a better time. Perhaps we should begin with the obvious. Diversity is nature's signature. Not only is nature instinctively and deliberately diverse, but nature is sustained only through its diversity. In other words, without diversity, nature cannot be sustained, and the world as we know it today would not be there. Even in agriculture, that is monoculture, where only one type of crop or livestock is nurtured, it's not favorable for it, elicits pathogens, which creates diseases and leads to dwindling yield. making the venture unsustainable. So the world we live is deliberately designed to be diverse, and its beauty and its sustainability is in its diversity. For the avoidance of doubt, Allah the Most High made it very clear that He deliberately created nature to be diverse. And He said, He it is who spread the earth for you and made it in path for you, and sent down water from the sky, and then through it He brought forth many species of diverse plants. And His science is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the diversity of our tongues and colors. Indeed, there are signs in this for the wise. And human beings too, and beasts, and cattle diverse are their hosts. From among His servants, it is only those who that fear Allah. Verily Allah is most mighty and most forgiving. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created every animal from water. Of them, some move on their bellies, some move on 2 legs, and some on 4. Allah creates whatever He wills. Surely Allah has power over everything. These 3-4 quotations are all from the Holy Quran. And again, in the creation of human beings, the diversity is deliberate and has its purpose. As Allah the Most High explains, and I quote again, O mankind, who created you all from a male and a female, and made you into nations and tribes, so that you may know one another. Verily, the noblest of you in the sight of Almighty Allah is he who is most God-fearing. Surely Allah is all-knowing and all-aware. Here, Islam recognizes the reality of diversity. It accepts it and rises above it to show that what matters is not race, which is geographical, or color, which is skin deep, but the quality of human character. That the human being is defined not by where he comes from or what language he speaks, or even what social class he comes from. Rather, what he believes in and what values drive his character and behavior. The criteria of the Creator is simply taqwa, God consciousness, which translates to the quality of character and behavior towards his fellow human beings.
After the keynote address, it was time for the Ramadan lecture proper. The first lecture was made by Professor Abdulrazak Abdulmajid Alaru, lecturer at the Faculty of Law, University of Alumni, after a brief citation. He made a lecture on the topic Managing Diversity Without the Muslims in Yoruba language. He preached that diversity is not a mistake or an accident. It was deliberately planned by Allah. It cannot be avoided, but can be managed.
Ní ìwọ̀nba ọgbọ̀n ìṣẹ́jú tí wọ́n fún mi ní tó kù ń bẹ̀, ohun tí wọ́n ní ń bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí òun ni pé a yàtọ̀, ó wu Ọlọ́run ká yàtọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọnìyàn. Yíyàtọ̀ wa yìí bó ni ó ṣe wá ní di àgbákò mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, bó ni ó ṣe ní di pé òun ló kùnfà ìparun wa. Òun làwọn elétò ní ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ pé ká manage diversity wa. Ìyàtọ̀ ọmọnìyàn pàtàkì jùlọ fáwa mùsùlùmí ó yẹ ká gbọ́yé bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò ṣèèṣì, kò sí ó ṣèèṣì nínú ọ̀rọ̀ t'Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n lọ́n fi agbára rẹ̀ hàn mí èèyàn pé kò sí ní tóun ò lè ṣe. Ó wá ní ọ̀nà mẹ́rin ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lòun ó fi dá ọmọ Ànábì Ádámà láti wáyé. Olúwadàpọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀dá Ọlọ́run bàbá ńlá wa Ádámà alayhi salatu wassalam. Ìyá kan bàbá kan ọ̀pàdé pọ̀ fún ó tó bí Ádámà. خلقه من تراب إن مثل عيسى عند الله كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال kún ọlọ́run la ṣe yí o ádámù àdá látara yẹn nígbà ọ̀tá sì kò tọrọ wọn da ìyàwó rẹ̀ ń bọ́ ọlọ́run ní mo fẹ́ fi hàn pé ìyàtọ̀ láti ilẹ̀ ìyàtọ̀ dé bá wa láyé abá ìyàtọ̀ wáyé nígbà wọn da ìyá ńlá wa Hawa nígbà náà Al-Qur'an ni bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ́ ya ayyuhan nasu ittaqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahidah wa khalaqa minha kata Nabi Adam ọkùnrin lọ́lọ́ ti dá ìyá ńlá wa Hawa ọlọ́run ní sẹ́ mo ṣe lọ́nà méjì nǹkan alẹ́ yàtọ̀ gbogbo àwọn tí ọba máa wá jáde lẹ́yìn Ádámà lẹ́yìn Hawa wa batha minhuma rijalan kathiran wa nisaa ọwọ́ àdòfin ló dé tó àfi kí ọkùnrin àtòbìnrin ọ̀dà nǹkan kan pọ̀ kó tó dé yàn ọ̀dọ̀ nílẹ̀ ká tọ́lọ̀ fún àwa pé ìyàtọ̀ òde bá wa láyé o àbáyàtọ̀ wáyé ńgbà ọlọ́run ó tún gbèsè rẹ̀ dé ọ̀dà rẹ̀ nǹkan olúwa ní kétò yìí náà dúró díẹ̀ káfagbára àwọn ọlọ́run àti dá èèyàn láì mú nǹkan kan lára ẹnìkan òun là lẹ́bi Ádámù adá èèyàn míì amúlátara ọkùnrin adáwọn èèyàn míì látara ọkùnrin àti obìnrin ìwọlókù adáyún náà adá èèyàn kan látara obìnrin مثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له bá a ti wáyé nìyí lọ́nà ìyàpọ̀ ni mo fi ní ẹni ó yẹ kó gbọ́ diversity yé ju ọ̀nà wa mùsùlùmí it's never a product of accident ọlọ́run fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà adáyé tán kọ́ ama wa ni eléyìí ga eléyìí kúrú eléyìí pupa eléyìí dúdú nígbà kó ń bí èyí ń ọmọ Ànábì Ádámù kọ́ bí wọ́n ti máa sọ̀rọ̀ síra wọn ẹnu iná màláyà bẹ́ẹ̀ni tí ń ya tèmi ní Chinese náà ya díẹ̀ ǹjẹ́ ó sì máa jáde nínú tèmi ọ̀gbọ̀ èyí tí ó máa jáde wọ́n náà bá gbé tókè àti ìsàlẹ̀ tiẹ̀ déédéra wọn èmi náà ò sí kí ni. nga kóńgé lẹ́yìn látara ayàtọ̀ láwọ̀ ayàtọ̀ lédè ayàtọ̀ lásà ayàtọ̀ níṣe òun làwọn bí ń gbéra wa lórílẹ̀-èdè òun làwọn bí ń gbéra wa báwọn kan àwọn kan ọlọ́run lè tó àwọn ọlọ́run gbogbo ilé kó sì má dájú kìí sí yín òun ló wá fi sọ́nù sórọ̀tò róòmù. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين قل ولم يعلمني كي يطلعه كي يطلعه كي يطلعه kẹ́ ẹ yàtọ̀ níwà kẹ́ ẹ yàtọ̀ lágbára kẹ́ ẹ yàtọ̀ ní tẹ́ẹ̀mà àmì àwọ̀ náà ni àmọ́ èèyàn mélòó ni ó rí àmì yìí lè là á olúwa náà kọ́ mọ́ àwọn tí ronú jinlẹ̀ àwọn tí wòye sọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run àwọn nìkan ni wọ́n rí o Ọlọ́run kọ́ mọ́ sáà ká ìní àtẹ̀yìn. إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين. ìbéèrè tá a bá wá bira wa ni pé bọ́bá yìí pé ìyàtọ̀ lọ́mọ Ànábì Ádámù bá wáyé bọ́bá yìí pé bá a ti ń dáyé là tó ń yọwọ́ tuntun láti máa yàtọ̀ ǹjẹ́ akápá akámọ́ yàtọ̀ ọlọ́run tó ń dé mi rẹ̀ ló ń bá Al-Qur'an Al-Karim àlùfáà àtọ́ba wa ké Al-Qur'an tá a fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ìdè wa yìí lọ́rọ̀ wa létí rẹ̀. Walau sha'a rabbuka لجعل الناس أمة واحدة ولا يزالون مختلفين لا يزالون مختلفين Olúwa ní kọ̀kọ́ sí kò kẹ́ ẹ bá yàtọ̀ bọ́bá ẹ̀kọ́ wù òun kẹ́ ẹ bá yàtọ̀ ní kí ló lè fóun لجعل الناس أمة àmọ́ kò sí nínú ètò òun ọlọ́run abẹ́ ètò ọlọ́run ní ká yàtọ̀ ìyàtọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣe mistake ìyàtọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣe accident ìyàtọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣe coincidence ọlọ́run fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ láti bá a bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ dákun bọ́ba wa nígbà yìí níta àmọ́ bó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ níta gbára wọ̀ ká láti mú kú èwo láwa ṣe kò sí níta ṣètò ọmọgbọ́n lọ́wọ́ tayọ pé ẹ̀yà bàbá wa lẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn ní kíláàsì ló wọ́ bọ̀ pé oníkòsí yìí wọ́n ní wọ́n bá ṣe òun ó dókòó mbẹ́ ọmọ ànábì Ádámù lè àbọ̀ ìdíkà yàtọ̀ òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ lọ wala yazaluna bàbá wa bẹ́ẹ̀ gbàgbọ́ ayé wa yìí àwọ̀ ò lè mú kó orúkọ àwọn àgbà àmọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹnu kankan tá a lágbára àti ṣe òun làwọn elétò yìí pè wá sí lórí o how do we manage our disaster because we can never avoid it we can never remove it but we can manage it.
A presentation was made on the Ummah 2019 Scholarship Award themed Ummah Championing Brain Gain. A history of the scholarship was given, its accomplishments so far, the impacts, the presentation of the 2019 Beneficiaries Awards, and a call for donation. Citation of the second guest speaker, Dr. Lukman Zakaria, lecturer of Islamic Jurisprudence and Legal Theory, International Islamic University in Malaysia, was read by Dr. Naima Balogun. The very vast Islamic scholar presented the lecture, Managing Diversity Without the Muslims, in English. He spoke on the genesis of diversity, history of how the companions of the Prophet tried to manage their differences, and how it can be managed in Nigeria.
We have been talking about diversity. We know it is a natural phenomenon. We have been talking about differences in this country. We have been talking about the verses of the Quran and from the prophets. But my senior has said something very few about what I have in terms of how to manage this diversity. Diversity is not a cause, but it's a benefit for the growth of the society if we properly manage the diversity. Someone has said that it's one of the signs of Allah that He created us in different types, races, color, and so on and so forth. And the most challenging in this diversity is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants Muslims not to disagree or to have discord among themselves. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. He also says, وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا فَتَفْشَلُوا وَتَذْهَبَ رِيحُكُمْ. You shouldn't dispute among yourselves, don't have rancor, so that you don't lose your power in the society. So when we know the importance of managing diversity, we will have grown more than this we are in this country. But I want to talk about the history of how the companions, the prophets, the Muslim Jews try to manage themselves, their differences. My Sheikh Alabo mentioned one in Yoruba, which is one of the examples I have here. But let me start one example from the time of the Prophet ﷺ. It has been mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ has seen the diversity in Medina. And one thing he did, the first thing he did was Sahifat al-Medina, the constitution of Medina. I think because of time I will relate it to my recommendation. What this treaty Sahifa signifies, it means that when we are living in the society, there must be agreements. There must be agreements on how we deal with ourselves, how we manage ourselves, how we respect ourselves. If you look at the Medina, we have Ansar al-Muhajiri, they are Muslims, but they came from different backgrounds. We have the Jews who are Banu Qurayza, Banu Qaynuqa, Banu Nadir. They are also very vital in Medina. We have also the Khazraj, who are the Madanis. They have their own way of living and their culture. But comes the Muslim to the environment. What the Prophet did was that he tried to get the constitution, how we should live, very fair. And I think that is what Professor Alari was trying to say, that we need to have a binding rules and regulation on how our Muslim brothers and sisters, our scholars, our shuyukh, our alpha, our leaders should behave in the public, how they should dabble into the issue of Islam in this country. If not, then we do not manage our diversity. Another thing that the Prophet ﷺ did in Medina, he did what they call al-mu'akhad, the brotherhood, the fraternity among the Muslims. Yes, of course, they came from Medina and Mecca, but they have differences, they have different orientation, they have different signs of dealing with themselves. But the Prophet ﷺ made these mu'akhad, the brotherhood, the fraternity between them, in order not to see others as foreigners, but to see as part and parcel of the system. To the extent that the Muhajirin, the Ansar, they have to give up their wealth, their property for the Muhajirin. So we see how that foundation was founded, and the fraternity was very strong among the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a very good point that we can leverage on in this country to make sure that there is a center, which I mentioned in my recommendation, that we need a center that we promote diversity among the Muslims, even beyond the Muslims as well.
The Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwaton Iti-Ogundepe, gave the chief host address. He mentioned things affecting diversity, how it can be managed, and ended by welcoming everyone to the University of Lagos, University of First Choice, and the nation's pride.
But let me say proudly, I'm saying it proudly, that 10 years ago, when I invited my father here, the Sultan of Sokoto, to come and give the postgraduate school lecture, I never knew that 10 years down the line, when they be coming, I'll be representing God as the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. I want to thank you once again, sir. I want to thank the Governor of Lagos, the Olowo Eko. Thank you very much, sir. He's a great historian, and I'm sure that if you give him 1 minute, he will speak for 10 minutes. We are talking about managing diversity. What is affecting our diversity? 1, poverty. 2, education. 3, ecological factor. 4, loss of value. 5, influx of foreign culture. 6, our progress is being affected. Why is our progress being affected? In Nigeria, what do? We compete among ourselves. Instead of competing globally, the Yoruba people will compete with the Igbo will compete with the Hausa will compete with the Yoruba. We are supposed to compete globally, not within ourselves. Now bringing Muslim religion into it. It is all about peace. It is all about unity. It is not all about loving one another so that we can move the country forward. So that every one of us, as we are thinking about making heaven, when we stand before our Creator at the end of the day, we will be able to bow before our Creator, and our Creator will tell us that we have run a good race. We can now enter into His kingdom. I want to thank God when I interfaced with my father, the Sultan, yesterday. And you can see the levels of exposure when he was talking about religion. If all of us one day can sit down together and say, well, I'm a Yoruba man. I did not choose to be a Yoruba man. It was God that placed me there. Why has God placed you in that faith? That is the Islamic faith. Why has He placed you there? Has He placed you there to compete with one another? Or has He placed you there to satisfy Him? So I want to welcome you to the University of Lagos. The alumni, I thank God that the alumni national vice president is here representing the national body. So please let us move the University of Lagos forward. Let us move Nigeria forward. As we are preparing for the fasting, let us pray for ourselves. Let us pray for the nation, for the peace of Nigeria. I told somebody now, the only thing that is moving this country forward now is the prayer. The prayer that we are praying, let us continue to pray. Let us continue to wish this country well. And remember May 29, let us pray for the president. Let us pray for all the people that are in the position of authority so that we can continue to enjoy this country. I don't know about you. I have no other country to go to. I have Nigeria, and I wish Nigeria all the best. I want to say thank you very much. God bless us.
Plaques and awards for appreciation were presented to their invited dignitaries and the guest speakers. The golden message was done by His Royal Majesty Oba Riluwan Obatunde Aremu, the Oba of Lagos.
Our problem in this country is honesty par excellence. And that is what our head of state, Ogas, and God's power, and trying to bring under control and to change from the world order. What we should do.
Imam Abdurrahman Ahmad made the closing prayers.
اللهم فرج هم المهمومين ونفس كرب المكروبين وقض الدين عن المدينين واشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين وصلى الله على خير خلقه محمد واله وصحبه اجمعين سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
We are grateful to Allah the Almighty. It's taken up to 3 months of planning on almost a daily basis to bring all these areas of minds together for us to get prepared for the holy month of Ramadan. So alhamdulillah. Let us get prepared, not only just materially but spiritually as well, so that we can get the best of the season.
As the general theme of the program suggests, diversity is something that we cannot avoid. It is beyond us. It is the design, it's a divine design of our Creator. So all we have to do is to take that wise decision of living by what is necessary. So it's a necessity of life, it's an inevitability of life. So what we have advised people here on is how to live by this necessity called diversity. Ramadan is an opportunity for ourselves to rededicate ourselves to the service of God and even the service of humanity. Let's try our best to see how we can impact on lives during the coming Ramadan. This is part of the Ramadan message, that you try to impact lives positively according to your best ability.
Why we have chosen the topic, managing diversity without Muslims, is because we believe there's a need for people to have even etiquette of disagreements. We may not always see issues from the same perspective. Whether between Muslim and even non-Muslim, there's a commonality, and that's our humanity. And therefore, this topic, the theme of this edition, is to let Muslims first in relationship with each other, and Muslim in relationship with the other members of humanity. Our country is sharply divided along so many fault lines. I would believe we need to begin to have conversation that will smoothen these rough edges and ensure that we come together as one very strong country. It's a period of amnesty. Even if you have wronged your soul for the last 11 months, for the last 1 year, Allah has given us a window of amnesty, that if you take the benefit of this amnesty, you come out at the end of Ramadan as someone that has never sinned before. It is important for the political class to take a cue from the blessings and the teachings of Ramadan as they are sworn in and they assume the mantle of leadership of their various constituencies, whether at the state level or even at the federal level.
Is to prepare all the Muslims for the big month of Ramadan, which all of us have been expecting. One of the glorious months which Allah has bestowed on all Muslims. So by having this kind of program for the past 25 years, it is a landmark and it's a thing of joy that we should continue to pray for the thing to continue to eternity.
We should all pray for ourselves, pray for the nation, pray for the peace of the nation, and especially for the May 29th, that is the Democracy Day. We should pray for the peace of the country, unity of the country, and we should pray that this country will grow stronger. And I'm sure that God will answer us. Because what is keeping this country together is the prayer of the Muslim, the prayer of the Christian. That is what is moving this country forward.
It's something that has to do with faith, and it's something that has to do with us being reminded of the fact that Islam is of peace. That most of the things that have been happening in our society, either in Nigeria or elsewhere, in the name of Islam, is very, very un-Islamic. We should not forget that Ramadan teaches us to remember our Creator, to be nice to people, to be able to support people that are in need, and to get very close to God.
Ramadan is always a time for reflection. It's a time of spirituality, and I pray that this year we do that again. I pray that Allah accepts acts of ibadah, accepts our prayers. We sue for peace in the country, and just like we have heard today, there's a lot of talk about diversity and understanding ourselves. I pray that we're able to understand that more so that we can have peaceful coexistence in this country.
Are we prepared? We should all be prepared. We should all be prepared. When I say we should be prepared, it's not about, because most of us are saying, Ramadan is around the corner, we need money to buy food stuff. That's not the preparation. We have the spiritual preparation. We should be prepared spiritually.
Ramadan is an annual, like a festival for Muslims, and it's something that we all look forward to every year. It's a time of purging of everything, sins, even rejuvenating our own systems too. If you can fast for at least a month within a year, whatever ailment that one has would definitely, if not fully cured, would diminish in no small measure. So it is a time of reborn, a time where everybody just, you become like a new being, both physically, emotionally, even spiritually.
I will give the message for Nigerians to embrace diversity. Our leaders, our scholars, our youth, our students, they need to know what is the value of diversity in this country. By having diversity and learn from other countries like Malaysia, it will be a very great lesson for us so that we can live in harmony. We don't kill ourselves. We don't disregard the unity that Allah has given us to be together in this country as one nation, one government, and one entity which follow the same path of one God. All Muslims should try as much as possible to increase in the piety. I think the purpose of Ramadan is not just to refrain from eating and drinking, but also to make sure that they imbibe the spirit of what they call taqwa, the piety of God. And the piety of God means that you have to treat other person as you love to be treated. So you don't treat people like animals, you don't kill people, you don't backbite, you don't have what they call character assassination of your brothers, fellow Nigerians. So I will try as much as possible to pass message to all Nigerian Muslims who are going to fast in the month of Ramadan, to try as much as possible to emulate the prophets. how the Prophet fasted when he was alive and how the companion followed the step of the Prophet, so that we can disseminate the information about Islam to people. We can show the world that Islam is a deen of peace, is not a deen of disorder, and that we give Islam credibility all over the world.
The bottom line is managing diversity. We recognize that in Nigeria we have more than 300 ethnic groups. We have different areas that we do what we do, but we can only live together if we recognize that we are diverse, and it's supposed to give us strength to be able to use it to develop.
We wish the University of Lagos Muslim Alumni more fruitful events in coming years. Amin.